Okay, we'll pick some RNA. We'll draft some RNA here. I want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom, ahead of this Ravnica Allegiance draft we're about to head into. You can check out Card Kingdom via my affiliate link down by the panels below that will take you to cardkingdom.com, where you can find basically everything you need for Magic. If you need something that they don't have, believe me, they're trying to find it. They want to have everything for you there. And for the most part, they do at competitive prices, and especially competitive buy prices if you're someone who drafts a lot, flips your cards for more resources, whether it's cash or credit. Card Kingdom is really the industry leader on that front. As someone who looks to buy cards from people in the secondary market myself, I find Card Kingdom super frustrating because their buy prices are so high. They force me to compete with them on that axis, and it's difficult because their buy prices are so good. So check those out. And the sell price is great too. Keep them in the loop when you're buying your Magic stuff. Check them out. And check them out through my affiliate link. That'd be awesome. Thanks, Card Kingdom. Now we're going to head into RNA draft, where here's what we know. Let's give a little overview for people who haven't played this format a ton. We have been drafting a lot of Esper. Esper Control is very powerful in the format. But the most underrated cards by bots in terms of power level and where they're picked are a lot of the gate payoffs like Gate Colossus, and frankly a lot of the Gruul cards. Skewer the Critics goes super late. That's the Spectacle Lightning Bolt. And the, what's it called? The Sauroform Hybrid. The 2/2 for 2 that can adapt into a 6/6 is another thing that goes super late with the bots. So I'm kind of either looking to be in Esper colors and putting together a control deck. I'm looking to be in gate payoffs, or I'm looking to take advantage of the bots ignoring those two particular cards in Hybrid and Skewer for taking advantage of that. So that's my overview of how to approach the format, knowing very little else, but I think those are the things that I'm thinking about when I go in. So let's go in. I've got a Gruul Guild Gate here under my portrait. I'm catching up on chat a little bit here while you guys review the picks. And also, looks like Deckmaster should work on days when we're using an old format. So yeah, you can vote. And that'll work out. Let's see. If I were not concerned about rare drafting whatsoever, I think I like Gateway Sneak a little more than the Incubation Druid. Gateway Sneak is in the colors I want to be in more. I love starting in blue. Night Arbiter jumps out at me as something I would like to have in my decks. Collision Colossus is another one that is underrated by bots. But I think we can just take the Druid here. It's a good card. It's a rare. So we get 20 gems right off the bat and a playable rare. So here's another gate payoff. Maybe not the best of the best, but boy, it stabilizes if you're heavy gates. And maybe the pick here. Here's a Skewer. This is what I'm talking about. We could also take the Skewer and head towards trying to take late Skewers and late Sauroform Hybrids and just make green-red work. That would be a different tactic for us. I think I'm going to take the Skewer, if for no other reason than maybe it'll take us away from Esper and we can do something not Esper. But see, I see things like Guild Oligarch and Angel and Slimebind, and I just want to head this direction. I just get lured to control. But I'm with Fiddles. You know, we came in here on gold, and you know, of course, we take our gems very seriously on free-to-play account. But I want to try something different. let's take this and see. The percentages over the picks are the stream voting. You can vote as well. Click on a card. Oh, here, actually, because this is a format where this works, let's do, oops, wait, sorry, I want draft view, and I want this and this on. What's a little weird about the deck master thing is when you roll over it, the card changes to something else. Don't worry about the card changing into something else. Just click on the card you see. You shouldn't need a plug-in. You may want to refresh your stream, but it should just be clickable. Support for the Rendhorn here. I just see cards in Esper going by now that I wish we were doing. Tenno says, who voted for the spider when we have a Rendhorn? Well, I don't know this. I think the spider is a justifiable pick. In many ways, the Mammoth Spider is more important as a 5-drop to the green decks than a Rendhorn is. You're going to get big, beefy creatures in green on the ground. That's not really a problem. But dealing with the nonstop onslaught of flyers is actually a challenge for the green decks. So anybody laughing at the idea of Mammoth Spider over Rendhorn, actually, in terms of, I always talk about what are the jobs? What job is your card doing? If you're going to pick a card and put it in your deck, it needs to have a job. And the job of a Rendhorn is just to be big beef on the ground, which can be filled by many, many different cards. The job of the Mammoth Spider is to not die to flyers, which is not a thing that can actually be done by a lot of the cards in the set. So between these two, I actually think I like the Mammoth Spider better. The question is, do we get a Gate or a Steeple Creeper to go cheaper? They're close, though, is what I'm saying. I'm a little torn. It may be one of those. But yeah, that's the other thing. We take the Gate and try and wheel one of these. Yeah, 5-drops are very replaceable, as Dark Ocean Sky says. Oh, thank you. Shark to Crab is missing. That's good information. Yeah, we don't have uncommon print run mapping available for War, so we haven't been doing it a lot. But yeah, I think there's a chance that all 3 of these wheel, really. We could take the Gate. Be open on the Gate front. I don't know, though. All right, fine, we'll take a Gate. Keep it moving. Let's check uncommons again. Did somebody put up the print run? Let's get that. There we go. Well, there it is. Thank you, Fiddles. Fiddles just posted a link to the uncommon print run that we're talking about. Only on uncommons, Dark Ocean, yes. So go to that link that Fiddles just posted, and it's a link of the uncommons in this set in the order that they appear in packs. So when you go to Windstorm Drake and see that Sunder Shaman and Sphinx of New Prov are on one side and Trollbred Guardian and Orzhov Enforcer on the other side, you know that some combination of those 4 cards are missing from this pack. Probably Trollbred, at least. Sunder Shaman often gets passed, so my guess is this was like maybe Sunder Shaman and Trollbred were in here or something. But yeah, I think we just take Arynx here. Let's try and be Gruul, make it work. Hey, we get to pick up a playable rare in our colors, 5th pick. That's nice. I would call it a bug. I would call it a missing feature. Properly obfuscated uncommons is a missing feature of the older sets. Creeper, Vandal, or well, we have Simic Guildgate. We could splash like a Slimebind. I don't think we want to do that though. We could take the Creeper and be splashing it flying, or the Vandal. I mean, the Vandal has the meme meme value as well, so that's pretty strong. All right, we'll take Vandal. Well, a little rewarded here with a late Rhythm. Take that, see if we can get that to turbocharge this deck, although late Grotesque Demise as well. I mean, if we had gone down the Esper path, I'd be agonizing over Guildgate versus Demise right now, and they'd both be great picks. Reset Press says, seems like you would be able to make digital a lot more randomized than the limitations of paper print runs. Yes, but print runs themselves are a feature, not a bug. Wizards of the Coast Magic R&D likes to ensure that booster packs are going to have a not a pure random selection of cards, that you're going to get a spectrum of power level and a spectrum of colors in your booster packs, and so it's not random. It's very specifically intended to have some scripting to it, but it's not supposed to have this much scripting. So it's taken too far on Arena is the bottom line. Well, the fact that every pack needs a Planeswalker doesn't... Well, that's not what threw off the print run. I think they actually fixed it and are using multiple print runs. Is how they do it. Really, is that there's more than just the one. But if you look at like Dominaria, the print run works, except sometimes an uncommon is replaced with a Planeswalker. So there are these sets like Dominaria and War of the Spark that have a gimmick to them about what's always going to be in the pack. Always have a legendary, always have a Planeswalker, and those two always clauses caused sometimes an uncommon to be swapped out to put in one of the required legends or Planeswalkers, so that can screw up the print run a little bit. It can obfuscate it a little bit, but it doesn't wreck it completely. Yeah, we could totally splash the Demise, but I think Rhythm is too good with what we're doing to do it. Yeah, Tenno, you're hitting the thing. Like, when this card came out, people were going nuts over it, and I was like, yeah, but taking turn 3 off to cast this is a big penalty, but if you do, it then speeds up everything else by a turn for the rest of the game if you want, so it's generally worth it. But you're right. It's certainly no great top deck if you're behind, right? So, but it's doing the Gruul thing. We'll take it. Yeah, it's the most Gruul card ever. Let's do it. And we take a Footlight Fiend, but Gruul Guildgate leaps out as perfectly fine. And in our Esper deck, we take Clear the Mind here. As I said, bots don't value Collision Colossus, which is amazing. Good to pick this up here. Let's take Slimebind on the possible splash. And Gift of Strength. I don't like Footlight Fiend in Gruul. You just want to go bigger. We'll take Gift of Strength on the maybe. Gonna take and play this Caretaker. No, we're not. I'll take it though. Is it me, or were the bots just much worse in RNA than War? I think where the bots ended up in RNA is worse than where they've landed in War. I would agree with you. There's no... I can't point to something in War of the Spark at common that's like, oh, the bots completely don't understand that card. I mean, I guess the bots underrate Toll of the Invasion, but the way that the bots undervalue Skewer the Critics and Soraform Hybrid on this format, in this format, is kind of ridiculous. Tenno asks, or no, James wonders, why didn't WotC have the bots learn as the format evolves, like on Draft Sim? Well, because that takes resources and money, and the return on that investment in WotC's mind is not worth it. That's the bottom line. A big mistake people can make with AI and algorithms and artificial intelligence efforts is to do way more than the system needs. You generally just want to do the minimum that you need to accomplish your goals and not spend any more on it. And the system was designed to support drafting without humans, so that newer players could draft without a clock. And then they've applied it to the whole system, and I don't think that's great, but they just need to prioritize it. Like how Reset Press, same thing. How Reset Press asks, how feasible would it be to analyze arena drafters' pick order and adjust bots as we go, weekly, monthly? Yes, I'm surprised they don't do a at least a monthly or an every 2 weeks. Like, it feels like with every 2 weeks, because they kind of do an update every 2 weeks. You know, that there's a new patch every 2 weeks. I think they would do well to just do a pass on the bots to keep it fresh every 2 weeks and have that automated. But again, that's a system that would need to be built and put into place. Yeah, and here I'm looking at the gems. I don't really see anything here that is like Scorchmark, Runner, and Vandal are all so replaceable that I feel no great pressure to take them. I would probably take and try to splash the Demise before I would take any of the Gruul cards here. So we're going to take the Hallowed Fountain for gems. Worth noting that neither the Renhorn nor the Spider wheeled for us in that other pack. And we can take more gems here. And I just might. There's also nothing great here. Yeah, nothing's leaping out. I'm going to take more gems. Well, we can play it if you want, but it's only helpful for our gems in the sideboard, not in the main deck. But I'm a little disappointed that it was so easy to take gems because we were so lacking in good stuff for us, and we're passing all the grotesque demises in the format. But this is a chance to take a playable 2. I'm just going to take this 2. Rhythm is non-token, I believe. Yep. We have been playing about 5 drafts a week on this account since late November of last year. There's a spreadsheet with every single result that you can check out. Yeah, where are my Soarform hybrids that go 9th and stuff? We're going to need some interaction. Yeah, but we don't have it here. I mean, I'm not going to take the Demise here. We're just going to get more skewers. That's the plan. Yeah, they better not have fixed the Soarform hybrid issue on me while our backs were turned. Wow, another rare draft spot because there's crap all for our deck. Jeez. Now I'm looking to take Territorial Boars just to have playables. Rubble Slinger, Airmunculus on the splash. We do have a Simic Guildgate and maybe a Slimebine. Yeah, I think we might be on Splash the Flyer here. Let's look to, because our pick quality has been really weak, so we're probably going to need to dip into blue anyway. So let's take that. This would help with that. So just pick up a gate to help with that plan. Plaza also supports that. Probably better than anything we're seeing up here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a Plaza. No worries, Chappie. The way the system works, and this was a change they made probably 3-ish months ago, is that if by the end of the draft you have 4 copies of a rare or a mythic in your collection, instead of getting a 5th copy or Vault Progress or whatever, you get straight up gems. So you get 20 gems for a rare and 40 gems for a mythic. So one of the things you can do is take your wild cards, leave the draft, go craft the copies of a card you're missing, come back to the draft, complete the draft, and it will give you credit for having had 4 copies of that card and award you those gems. Vault progress is only for commons and uncommons. So vault progress happens for when the same thing happens for commons and uncommons. Yeah, let's take a plaza. Kind of shores up our blue splash, which is nice because I think we're going to need it. We're going to have to play stuff like Skittering Eel just to fill it out. I don't think we're ever playing this, but I don't think we're playing Stony Strength. We might play Stony Strength. Maybe I need to take something that could actually... I guess there's this world in which we play Stony Strength, so I should take it. We might have to here. Running pretty ragged. We can take another gift, another trick, but I think we just have to push our splash here and take another Slime Bind. Maybe we're splashing the red, although that makes Bedeck Bedazzle pretty bad. But we could end up pivoting back toward Simic here. I mean, if you look at where we're at, like, we'd have to give up on Bedeck. I guess Rhythm isn't a very good splash. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. But to that end, this is a pretty important pick as to whether we think we're main red or main blue. I don't like Quench and I don't like Smeltward Ignis, but I don't like having to play like Deface because we're out of playables. So just in case, we should probably take one of these two and lean in the direction of where we think we're most likely to be, which I still think is red. So I'm going to take the Ignis here. I really hate Ignis too, but we could be in a spot where we need playables or we just need twos. The question is always over what, right? It doesn't matter that you don't like a given card. I don't like Smeltward Ignis either, but if we're not going to play it, what are we playing instead is the eternal question. We'll take a Savant here. Maybe we... Taking all these crappy twos. Savant's actually pretty good too. Oh, these packs have been so bad for us. Like, I want the temptation to not take gems. I want the card that's like, oh, you shouldn't take that, Ryan, because that card will increase your win percentage by so much. What do we do? There's nothing here. There's nothing here. So I'm going to take the gems. Well, what card? What we're going to take this and be like, yeah? Or the Lizrog? Nah. We're also, here's the other thing. We don't want to play a bunch of these, but we are at 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. We're at 19. It's not that bad. I'm taking gems. Hard to splash black. We might be able to... No, it depends on... But it's being so cruel to us. This is just cruel. Nothing. Unless we take the Combine Guild Mage again. I'm taking... Whatever. I'm pedal to the metal heading to the cliff. Look. Rare draft again. We're not going to win anything with this, so I might as well rare draft. Yeah, Esper would have been so great. That's why we always end up in Esper. I'm just taking all the gems now. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Hey, look, it's a good card for us, and this might wheel. Take the Savage Smash. This is still terrible. Like, why isn't there just generic green beef here for us to take? Or I guess we're competing with bots on green, and ugh, this is terrible. This deck's not going to go well. I mean, I don't even know here. Like, I guess we take this or this. Probably the little more flexible 5-drop. And Gravel Hide slots in nicely at least. One more fresh pack. Here we go. Our last look at new cards. And no Soar Form hybrids. Here I am talking about, well, we'll go Gruul and we'll take advantage of the lack of respect for Skewer and Soar Form hybrid that the bots show, and yet we just literally haven't seen any. This deck's bad, folks. Let's really break Vaporkin's heart today and actually just 5 win, or, you know, 7 win with this. I guess we don't need it from a playable standpoint, so I'll just take Gem Progress. Maka. I'll take Vault Progress. I like Active Treason. We did rare draft the heck out of it. I gotta say that. I think that might be our all-time rare draft high watermark. Too bad it's gonna go alongside 0 wins. Ideally, you find a balance, right? All right, this is RNA. Just updating the spreadsheet here. We're gonna be green, red, blue. I'm going to put in the 0 and 3 right now. Oops. Yeah, I could resign and draft again. We already got our sick value, 160 gems. Let's set par at I'm gonna say 2. I believe this deck is very bad, but I believe magic is magic, and we can curve out and kind of get there, and it could actually end up doing something less than nothing. Or more than nothing. Anything terrible left in this deck that we just cannot main deck? This is pretty awful. But it's not... I mean, we can play... Did you guys want to play Mirror March? What is the deal with this card? Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, flip a coin until you use a flip. Exile them. They get exiled. This card does nothing. This card does nothing, but fine, we'll play it because this deck does nothing. And I think I actually want, as much as I don't like this Acrobat, if we're going to play Mirror March, we should cut like a trick. We should cut Stony Strength or Gift of Strength. Let's cut this Strength. Why do we want to add a Plains? What are we trying to... Are you just joking? No, you're both asking for a Plains. What do I have in here that needs a Plains? I don't understand. Oh, Deputy. Is Deputy in there? Oh, you want to play the Deputy. Oh, yeah. No, we're not playing the Deputy. Just joking. Okay. We do have a fountain. You're not wrong. Yeah, the swamps are gone. Swamps are just here because of the deck. I'm not worried about those obvious cuts. I'm questioning whether we need to bring this in for power level. Shut your damn mouth, Caretaker. I do like Incubation Druid with Plaza. And let's see, for here we have, let's count green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green, 1, 5, 6 red, 7 green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 green, 7 red, 6 blue. So we definitely want to go like this and like this. Did it register? 6, 7, 8? Yeah. Yeah, Druid counts towards blue and red at least. But it doesn't really. It's more acceleration because you need the land anyway. It's not like it is a bird of paradise. James Wanders, you didn't listen to me then if you think what you learned yesterday was that the shuffler always gives you the best of 2 hands anyway. The shuffler leans towards giving you the more average land to spell ratio. Just need to keep correcting that, even if you're joking. Too many people are not. Yeah, we could go 16 land, but to get what in? Sweet. We went to 16, and now we can put in this gift of strength. Now we can add in a 3rd Feral Maca, right? Like, this is just not good. So I'm just going to run it like this. And probably drop an island, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sources of blue for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue cards. I think 5 for 5 is fine, and that allows us to increase... What do we want to increase? Red, probably red for the double bedeck. I think I like this. Let's name this Cruel. Just cruel. That's kind of what I'm going for, CRUUL, but I don't want to spoil it for YouTubers, so I'm going to call it Cruel and leave the joke there for the imagination. Mainly, I just like having a unique name to identify it. Doesn't have to be super clever. Friendship is magic? How about friendship is magic? GRS wants to think about this draft. I mean, GRS, here's my thought on this draft. Yeah, Gruel Gone Bad is a good 3-word summary of it. But really, I ignored the Esper trying to do something different. I think its sample size is too tough to tell. And again, I continue to think that Wizards is going to tell us when bots are adjusted. There's just no reason for them not to. They should be happy to let us know that they have adjusted the bots, that they've done that work. So, yeah, we should have been in Esper is the real summary of this draft. And we made a deliberate choice to try to go away from Esper, to do something different. The last 2 times we drafted this have been Esper, so we tried to kind of force some freshness into our draft, and as a result, because of the packs, we got kind of boned. And that's one of the reasons to go for Esper, is that the floor is so high. And we've talked about floor and ceiling a lot as a way to measure something in Magic, and it's kind of like its worst case scenario and its best case scenario. And when it comes to forcing decks against bots, the reason why you lean so hard towards Esper in drafting RNA on Arena is that you are just very, very likely, the floor on Esper decks is just super high. So even if you get boned like we got boned with Esper, you're going to end up with something a little better looking than what we ended up with here. We could have gotten the hookup, right? We could have just seen nonstop skewers and Soroform hybrids, and it could have all paid off beautifully, but it didn't. And in the case where it doesn't with Gruel, the floor is much, much, much lower. So we're down here way in the basement on this deck, whereas if we had been Esper, our worst case scenario would have been much higher. So yeah, we're in the basement here for sure. But let's see if we can get some wins with it. See, it can be fun to try and scrap with a bad deck. We've talked on this stream about happiness a lot. I've called life the ultimate time to happiness conversion game, and so I'm always looking at the life through the lens of happiness, and it can be happy inducing to expectations define happiness, really. And so if our expectations for this are low, we're going to be great, because either we're going to meet our expectations and then we're going to bomb out of this and be like, yep, the deck is as bad as we thought, or we're going to steal some wins and it'll be like, oh sweet, we got some wins we weren't expecting. Don't be weird, Vaporkin. As if I could tell Vaporkin to not be weird. Let's see. We are all off on the records. Here we go, 0, 0. I gotta do this account stuff before I draft so people can see what's actually going on while we're drafting. And this is RNA Bo1. All right, better late than never. Hey, not bad. Cannot complain about this starting hand. And into a Wayfinder even? So lucky. Thank you. Let's scene it up. There we go. Wow, we have choices on 2. Let's play the island, and I guess with 1 land left, we should Wayfinder here and look for future action. Yeah, it finds land and creatures. So if we put this on top, do we even need it? We've got our blue splash. I'm just going to take the forest. We've already got our blue. Let's take lands that come untapped. Yeah, T3 Juggler is a big game and one of the reasons to play Trumpeter. Right now they got chains flying over to them. Not Juggler, which is good. Much rather try and take on this Acrobat. In fact, if we had a 2/2, we could even try and slime bind it to death. But I think we'll play Aeromunculus here and try and trade off the Wayfinder for the Acrobat. And if they manage to clear out the Wayfinder as a blocker and get in for 5, then we can follow up with a Critic if we have to. But I'm hoping that we can use Creature as removal for this Acrobat. So let's see. Exactly. I mean, it's only 3 mana. Let's, like, when you can spectacle it out. A 5/2 for 3 mana is great, right? Yeah, it still trades down to some 2-drops, but if you can clear the way for it, that's value.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal, light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Nah, old school memes. New viewers. So, yeah, we can curve out here. What do we want to do, though? They're curving out, we're curving out, everybody's curving out. I could attack with the Aeromunculus and Skewer and then still have 3. I kind of just like maxing the mana, though, on the Eel and then attacking with Aeromunculus. Looks like Wayfinder is holding the ground the way we wanted. If they attack with both Vandal and Acrobat, we'll trade for one of them. Ouch. There goes the Wayfinder, and now we got to decide what we want to do with this eel and whether we're trading now. Probably want to trade now. Gonna have to trade eventually anyway. We can trade for... Well, if we get mana, we can adapt and skewer. Right now, we can't do both. So what are we trading for? I guess we trade with the Acrobat. I don't want to... They're happy with their hand, so they didn't even bother looting. Oh, you want to adapt the eel? Yeah. No, I just want to trade now. I think I just want to trade now. Well, it's not looting. You always loot, but that's not looting. That's rummaging. Rummaging, you don't always rummage. You always loot. Tron, you're welcome, question mark. You could be mad at me for that, too, I could imagine. How about a simple Maka with Slime Bind up? And I'm going to keep attacking with the Aeromunculus because I'm not going to block with it. Like, what we want to do is block here and Slime Bind the Firewheeler. So we're kind of racing a little bit anyway. Yeah, Oingo Boingo is great. How many of you are aware of the principal songwriter of Oingo Boingo's primary claim to fame? What's the most well-known song the primary songwriter for Oingo Boingo has ever written? Chesapeake has what I was thinking, which is the Simpsons theme. Simpsons theme has to be Danny Elfman's most well-known piece, right? Burton stuff is way up there, but it's the Simpsons theme. Like, every American in the world knows the Simpsons theme. Oh, because this draft went horribly. And whenever it's like, why did you run that? Then the question always becomes, over what? You know, like, why run that card? Well, because if we don't run this, we have to run something else. Let's go and look at our sideboard and see what the something else options are. And then you look and go, oh, yeah, we're running that Maka, I guess. All right, the race is on. I like a attack with Aeromunculus, play Gore Clan as a 3/3, and skewer the Trumpeter. We'll adapt later on. I think we want to spend our 4 mana on another creature, not just on 2 toughness, 2 power for this one. No, you're right. It's a great question. Like when you see a good player playing a bad card, it's a fair question. To call myself a good player, but like, why would I play a card like that? Because we kind of had to. Yeah, that's the other thing. We have a lot of creature support cards. We're also playing a bad rare that cares about creatures, so I wanted to generally err toward running more creatures.
the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
If you're going to be a land, you could at least be an untapped land so we could do it all this turn. Now we don't have Adapt and Gravelhide, which is really too bad. So if we adapt... No, I don't think we can. I think I got to leave this back on D. We got to leave both of these back on D and just attack with the Aeromunculus. Well, I'm still attacking with the Aeromunculus. We can't not attack with the Aeromunculus. We gotta apply pressure. We gotta keep sending in damage, or we're just gonna wait to lose. Can't just wait to lose. Yeah, IGI is pretty good, but we can trade on the ground and then adapt in the air. So if all they've got up here... Ugh, the second IGI is really annoying. But we may be able to be... Like, let's see what they do here. Alright, well... I don't know if we can race this. In Grindy Esper Orzhov, I don't like him at all really in a control deck, but this is aggro. This is more, you know, look at what they're doing here. They're aggroing out. I like him as a curve topper for aggro. Well, let's see. We have no outs if they activate twice, but if we take this and go to 5 and they activate, they could take us to 1 and they go to 17. I guess there's no way, the real problem is there's no way we can deal 17, so I think we're going to lose this one. And I will, though, make the offer to block. Do I? No. Oh, look, we're playing that crappy card, too. This life gain really puts it out of reach. I think we were kind of doomed before, but we're super doomed now. Part 1 of 3 coming to fruition here in my 03 run with this deck. Your lesson here today, folks, is just force Esper. Oh yeah, we'll draft again if I 03 here. I mean, we'll draft again even if I win a couple times, depending on where we land. No, we can scoop here. We have no path to victory. Yeah, we're hoping for misclicks. That was our final effort. Could have been to try and get some misclicks, but I don't necessarily worry about that level of optimization, shall we say. Are there any good archetypes except other than Rakdos, Gruul Teamer, and Orzhov Esper? Well, remember this is a five guild format, right? So just like Guilds of Ravnica, it's fundamentally a 5-pair format with some extra stuff. So when you say, are there any good archetypes other than Rakdos, Gruul Teamer, and Orzhov Esper, you're basically saying... I mean, yeah, the other one would be Azorius, right? Like, Azorius is fine, too. So, Simic is an underperforming color pair. I don't know if our friend Nick Davidson is out there lurking today, but I know he ends up Simic all the time when he drafts this format and does quite well. So I think It's not like there's anything that's unplayable. It's just that I think that if you're going in blind and want to lean in a direction, you want to lean towards Esper colors. Yeah, like I said, gates is what I meant. Like there's 5 core color pairs and then other stuff, and then gates are part of the other stuff. Well, we're getting what we expected so far. Oh yeah, this is what we get. This is what we get. Punished for our sins. I've had some good Rakdos decks. I think if you look back at our spreadsheets, Vaporkin, you can find some RNA Rakdos that did really well. Well, Oppo is going first. If you could show me a mountain on top, I would snap keep this. But we don't know there's a mountain on top, so... that looks better. And we'll keep that. We can collision that at some point if we need to. But yeah, Maka's going to attack 10 times and we got this. Oh, sure, you get the hybrids. Like, that's no big deal. Well, we got our 4th land. That's nice. We'll be able to get to these 2 coming up here. And... if we attack, we don't get blocked. They can't pump the hybrid, though. I guess we'll stay back. Yeah, Maka makes that noise because it's a cat. Double D's wants to offer this trade. The thing is, they won't take it. Like, if we attack with this, we're just getting in 2 and then they're cracking back for 3. I would rather threaten to block the hybrid. And we can always collision the Pteramander if we want to do something before the end of the turn. Uh-huh. Yeah. We got 0. We have none of those. Even though it's like why we drafted Gruul. Well, if we're not on the beatdown plan, I mean, I hear you, but like... I feel like we gotta try and trade. Let's see. Well, this still works. So we'll try this. Yeah, it was a bad Stony Strength, and we got some value out of it. Yeah, I can't adapt it, but we were going to kill it anyway. But yeah, that is a weird... To lock in your hybrid as a 3/3 doesn't seem great. Yeah, Arynx. Slime Bind would not have killed it. If we could have Slime Bound it, yes. But then they have an 0/3. I just like killing it. And the Slime Bind, eventually they adapt and it becomes a 3-power creature again. I'll do this. I should have attacked first, but they're not going to block. It doesn't matter. There's just no way they're blocking. Unless they have a slime bind, maybe. But... what just happened? Who... is there... am I awake? I think I'm awake. Guess we're racing. Yeah, this Maka did some work for us this game. Yeah, that could have been us playing right into a Frilled Mystic, but we can't just stop playing cards, so I'm just gonna do that every time. Alright, we got one Slime Bind and an Ignis here, and we are close to threatening activation. Not quite, though. What are they doing? Oppo, come watch our stream, buddy. I think we can help you improve, because you should not be making that block. Yeah, that's felt like a newer player. Some very questionable decisions there. What does that mean? I get that Magic is hosting my stream sometimes, but it's only for like one viewer, and then if I go to Twitch TV/Magic... oh, they are hosting me. Well, thanks, Magic. Appreciate that. Anybody watching the Magic stream? It's just always weird that it's for one, but maybe they just fired it up and posted me, so... it always feels like a lie or something, like when I see Magic and it's one person, but yes. Well, I'm not sponsored this week. This is just Wizards hosting something. Yeah, this is it's gonna put these kitties to the test. How can we lose with two Makas, given what they did last game? Sometimes you play your Makas because you don't got anything else. Oops. Well, I don't think Magic is technically streaming, they're just hosting me, so maybe it doesn't do the same kind of notification. Technically, they could take out this Maka with the white spell, so we'll attack first. See if they want to do that. No is the answer. Syndicate, fool. We'll go with Rhythm here. You would have played the Goblin? Why? I don't bother playing the stuff that needs pumping until I'm in a place that where I can actually do the pumping. Yeah, I suppose you're right. It gives us a... that's a good point. It gives me a threat of activation even if I don't actually activate. That is fair. Let's go... haste and big here, though. That's good. It's going to be expensive to slime bind that dude, but I think we're going to have to. I think we go crashing in, and then we will slime bind on block. Now they got to be pretty careful. They're at 6 life, and we got a rhythm. That's pretty good. We had a chance. That helps because the 3 toughness against the 2 power flyers is actually pretty big game here. Yeah, let's see. So we go eel and haste, and then no, that doesn't do it. Oh, if we do burning tree and gravel hide with haste, then we get it. Okay, yeah. Or we can do Aramunculus, doesn't really matter. Is it the same? Same basic deal, right? Sure, no problem, we got there.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up the stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
First picking Makas from here on out. All right, this looks great too. We're gonna get Rhythm of the Wild out and get that Vandal going. It's nice. Ooh, want to get that Plaza down at some point, but right now we got to focus on the Incubation Druid. We have 4 mana available. We could Plaza and Wayfinder, but I think we just need to get the Rhythm out here. So, gonna not spend one of our manas this turn and get the Rhythm going. We could face Quench here, but I guess we gotta risk it. I can't play around Quench. But now, this landing is great. Their counter spells... Ooh, and they missed... This is how you win, folks. Just, Ooh, there's a Maka, but I think we might actually... Could end up pitching that. I'll do this, and this, and let's Vandal it up.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
All these cards are decent for our current situation and Oppo being where they're at, but I think I will pitch the Maka. Like, if we get more land... You want to pitch the Wayfinder? Why would you pitch the Wayfinder over the Maka? Wayfinder... We can just say decline. What's useless? Nothing in our hand is useless. All of these are useful cards. I'm going to just keep it all. This is not looting where you loot every time. This is rummaging, and we could pitch something we can cast and end up with more land. I just don't want to do that. Oh, we could Stony Strength, Incubation Druid, untap, and have a lot of mana. So we go... If we... let's see, if we do that, we get... We pay 1, but then we get 3, 4, 5, 6. We'd have 6 available, and we could do both of these. But I think we just wait on Stony Strength. We can just play Wayfinder and Maka and get value anyway. And I'm trying to decide if I want to haste any of them, and I don't. I'm just going to +1/+1 counter them after attack. Why do you want to haste them? I think we're due for more damage in the long run with this, and I'm going to decline again. But pressure is the amount of damage you're threatening over the course of several turns, and our pressure is higher if we make these bigger. And... yeah, I think we just keep taking creatures and trying to go pretty wide. Easy game, folks. It's an easy game. When you draw nothing but Makas, how can you lose? Yeah, it's hard to blame Oppos for just scooping to the incoming Makas. I mean, what do you do? You like that? You like casting cards when your opponent's doing nothing? I do too. All right, we're going to keep this. We can't cast our blue cards yet, but we have Druid into Wrecker on 3, so let's keep that. Yeah, Stony Strength Druid is a nice combo, but we have to actually have... Oh, don't quench it. Are you quenching me? Oh! How dare you, sir? Playing bad cards against me? Well, we're going to Rhythm the Wild, and they will not counter it anymore. If we wreck, we're basically just, it doesn't really matter. We're trading with the creeper either way. Does this give reach? No, that's the other one. Well, it's our only play, so we're doing it. Hey, we put it in our deck for a reason, Vaporkin, because we wanted to draw it. Yeah, I'm gonna trade here. We don't know if they're short on lands. Looks like, turns out they were, but we didn't know that. We'll just go with Rendhorn here, and hopefully find blue to Slime Bind the Homunculus eventually. Doesn't matter about Quench, they can't do it. I'm gonna go make a 5/5. This is where, like, a 5/5 haste is gonna do more damage over the next couple turns than a 6/6 without haste. Really need our blue so we can cast these spells. I think we can, if we can cast these spells, we have a good chance at winning. We're gonna go ahead and attack here and try and Stony Strength surprise them on the next turn. Stony Stank. No guarantees this works, but we gotta try.
All right, everyone, chill.
All right, there's our blue. I don't know if it's going to be in time. This is going to be a hard hit right here. And then we're racing Chillbringer, because they're going to pump the Aeromunculus, maybe? No? We're just missing on action, unfortunately. Well, we got this surprising Slime Bind. Let's... Yeah, the fact that they didn't do anything with their mana despite the Aeromunculus suggests... we might get it with... Oh yeah, maybe the Hasty Eel. I should have gone for the win there. Yeah, I should have gone for the win. We'll try it next turn. But I definitely should have gone for the win. I don't know if that's a punt. You have to choose whether you're going for the win or not, and... Well, it would have been lethal, right? Oh yeah, Hasty Eel only does 3. Well, no, we give it... Yeah, because we can't pump it, that's right. It wasn't lethal, but still, even if it was, they have open mana and cards. It's hard to say it's a punt as much as a decision. I acknowledge that I should have considered the decision more, but I don't think it was necessarily a punt. And here I'm thinking about Slime Bind. I don't know if we should have made the eel regardless, though. Alright, we'll bind here. I don't care. I'm sure I've punted for real on other occasions. Let's just top deck island. Oh, so close. So close. We did not have the win though. If we just had another blue source, I think we would get there. Yeah, so yeah, I guess we're not dead, right? They have to block the Renhorn. So we still do eel haste. Yeah, they might have something with their mana, but we'll haste it up here and hope that they don't. All right, not dead yet. Let's see what they got. Sure. It's all coming up roses here. Look, I'm very good at Magic. What do we call par? 6 wins? I think 6 wins was par. Oh, sorry. The records are all there. I just have it turned off. Here you go. Sorry about that. I made all those adjustments when it was on a screen that didn't have those hidden. What do you do when an opponent ropes you? You ponder the better choices you've made in your life, and you hope that that person goes on to find a sense of belonging and happiness that prevents them from punishing people via rope in the future. But the other thing you can do is kind of what I do. Like, one of the things I do on the road to keep myself from road raging is I pretend that every other driver is my mom. You know? If you pretend every other driver is your mom or somebody you love in your life that's important to you, then you find you have a lot more patience with them. And similarly, when somebody ropes you, you can say, well, that's my mom, and she had a phone call to take. She's not being, you know, they're probably being rude, but you know. Maka or Druid? I guess we go Druid so that we can Maka and Wayfinder next turn. When we talk about roping Vaporkin, it's when the fuse comes across the screen and you have a certain amount of time to act. So when somebody ropes you, they're saying they are forcing you to wait out a loss, their loss. So Oppo is showing Counterspell mana. Rather than threaten the Aeromunculus, we're going to start with the old Maka. And then we can add the Wayfinder if they counter this. Leading with the Maka, because if we're countered, I would rather have the Wayfinder, the Maka countered. Although if they have a Quench, they're going to want to counter the Wayfinder. They're similar creatures. It doesn't matter too much. Obviously, I like the Wayfinder a little better, but we're gonna make them have the Quench here, or spend a counter on something. Yeah, Thought Collapse, that's fine. We each 1 for 1, but we built our board. Unfortunately, we got 4 actions. Was it 3 or yeah, 3 action spells milled, so that's too bad. But we can actually play the Guild Gate, which turns on the Incubation Druid for casting the Aeromunculus, so I like that.
All right, everyone, chill.
We're doing all right. I can play the gate, but if I play the island, we can actually adapt and cast the Slimebind, so I think we'll do that. Yeah, we could adapt and attack as well, but I don't know how well we're going to be doing in a race. I'd rather stay back, because one thing we can do here is if they come in with the eel, we get to double block and Slimebind, and then we don't lose anything. That's rough, but at least allows us to Slimebind. We don't even need to. We can still Slimebind. I guess I could have done the Aeromunculus, but I wanted the Slimebind available. Oh, we still could have done it. I should have... yeah, we could have had both. That was a mistake. If I had tapped, we could have adapted the Aeromunculus and still had Slimebind, so that was a misuse of 4 mana there, unfortunately. Thank you, Slowbra. And I'm going to play this mountain instead of the gate so that we can druid and eel. Kind of out of anything good here. Yeah, that really works us over. We need to find our Skewer the Critics. That would be a great top deck. Or Bedeck Bedazzle. Certainly not a guild gate, though. That is not what we're looking for. We'll still have a 2/4 in the Aeromunculus, though, so that's not the absolute worst. And Eel, unfortunately, yeah, we get to adapt everything, right? We get to do all of our stuff here, so that's something. But still need some removal, or we're going to lose to these flyers. Oh no, it's like we're facing a real deck or something. How did that happen? Oh yeah, we won 4 times. Yeah, we're drafting RNA here and staring at a Colossus that's going to be tough to manage because we can only get one creature that's at blocking power. Well, they have to find it. See, we might be dead on board, but they didn't attack, so I guess we have to take this one. And now we just need to find... If we find our Skewer, we have blocks on the Gate Colossus, but we need our Skewer right now. I don't think we have blocks on 2 Gate Colossuses. That's actually close. Close, but not quite. I guess we can smash that. Yeah, at least we can block after this. So I'll do it just because it means we're not dead. Gotta do it like this. Not that we have outs, but, you know, I like not being dead for another turn. There you go. Now we're just kind of... Now we're super dead because we have to do this, this, and this. Yeah, hopefully we draw a Maka. No, we didn't draw a Maka, so obviously we couldn't win. Stupid no luck getting a Maka. Alright. That's the real type of deck we were expecting when we set par at 2 for this deck. I mean, we could have double blocked the Gate Colossus and then lost. We were at 3, and we had an 8, and a 3 attacking us, so we needed to block them all. All right, Maka into Acrobat. Can't lose. Oh, Maka to Chump, sure. Yeah, we were dead, though. Come on. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't have a Chump. Like, the Maka couldn't block Colossi. That was kind of the point of needing the removal. Maka OP. They better stop it. Oh, that's trouble. It's trouble for you, Oppo. You better have that, white removal spell. Oh, such trouble. Oppo's got to be like, are you kidding me? Unplayable into unplayable? No, Acrobat eating a premium removal spell and dealing 5 is pretty darn good. There's the judgment. Maybe they didn't... I think they had the judgment and declined to use it, and then their life was filled with regret. We could buff this eel, but I think I like sending it in without buffing it, without pumping it, and then making the other one. Then next turn we can adapt either one. If we draw a land, we get to adapt both of them. Why not haste here? Why haste? Well, this is why haste, right? They got a nice defender now. But hasting would have... Let's see, I guess we go Wayfinder... Oh, don't do that, though. Now we can go Wrecker... Wayfinder, Wrecker... Wayfinder sets us up for next turn. We can go Wayfinder Eel. Yeah, it's Wrecker with counter or Wayfinder plus Eel, basically. Alright, let's play Wrecker right now. Okay, Skewer is interesting. I'm gonna do Wayfinder here. Interesting. What do we want from that collection of mugs? Probably the Rendhorn or the Arynx. And this is a 5/5 versus a 4/4 trample that can pump. I think the difference between a 4/4 and a 5/5 isn't really the pressing concern on this board with these creatures. But trample and pump, yeah, is probably makes this the pick here. Because it can at least get big enough for those eventually. We'll say no attacks, and we get to adapt the eel, draw the Arynx, and then if we find land after that, we should be in decent shape. That seems not great in limited. Pretty blanky to me in limited. What are we doing this turn? Because we could pay for this if we weren't doing anything else with the mana. We have 5 mana available, but we want the Arynx, so yeah, we're going to decline. You can have your treasure. And we're going to Arynx, give it a counter. And try and set up for a nice turn where we can Skewer and Slimebind and collectively get the win that way. Wow, they're going for cards. That's great for us. Yeah, they found an actual blocker. That's kind of surprising. And we could actually pay for this because we have Slimebind and Skewer off damage, but we need more land to pump the Arynx the way we want. I'm going to still let him have this. All right, how are we going to find a win here, though? Let's see. We've got Wrecker requires 2 blockers, so we definitely get 1 through, but the Wayfinder getting through is not enough. And I don't want to Slime Bind and create more blockers in the air. I think we want to try and use the Skewer to finish them off after dealing 5. Yeah, we could kill the transport, but it gives them 2 more blockers. I'm not sure we want to do that. I'm not sure how that helps us. Maybe it gives us big enough creatures that we can manage from there. I'm going to let this time as we think through this sequencing here. How to get these final 8 points of damage through. I don't see an attack here, but I'm just planning it out for the turns after. Yeah, I think we probably Slime Bind. Well, the other thing we could do is Skewer something now. But the trouble is these aren't great Skewer targets. Well, that's the other thing. We could Skewer the face to try and set up lethal next turn. But we could just set up lethal the turn after that if we're going to do that. I think we do want the Skewer for face, but not this turn. What do you think that's about? Are they trying to get Spectacle for a cheap date? Blade Brand? Yeah, probably Blade Brand. Well, we could... I'm just gonna let him have that. Them not having extra blockers is just so good for us. All right, they've got 4 blockers. We could reduce the transport to a... Yeah, we definitely need to Slime Bind something here. Probably just the Scavenger. Does that make sense? I guess make this a 1/5. Yeah, Fiend kills Wayfinder, it's true. I guess we just put this on the Scavenger. Decline again. Yeah, that is a nice draw. I think now we just attack with everything and decide how to Skewer and Slime Bind after. And pump, maybe. Oh, this is allowing us to keep the Footlight Fiend alive. Let's go into full control, make sure it gives us that chance. Well, let's see. All right, so done. Full control. Now we can Slime Bind the transport, and I think that makes sense. We don't need to pump the Urinx, it's not going to die. Wait! What is full control? Oh, that was first strike? What's going on? Why didn't I get to choose... damage? Oh, I guess it didn't matter because it all went on the Scavenger, but I thought... Yeah, that's why. Never mind. It was irrelevant. That's why. I sorted them correctly. Yeah. Full control was not needed there is the bottom line. Alright. Now... There's nothing we want to finish with the skewer, right? Because I wanted to save the eel. If we had killed the giant with the pump, we would not have been able to save the eel. Yeah, let's kill the giant, right? This is the thing that's really stopping us from getting damage through from here. Don't. Alright. Yeah, you wanted to skewer face. I think skewering giant actually gets us more damage over the next turn here. Pump is 6. And we need it all, so they get their they get their treasure again. Just looking, I'm not sure. Whatever, we're in attack all mode. I guess they're just trying to prevent the trample here. We want dead scavenger or dead messenger. Messenger will create another birdie. Yeah, we're gonna pump. I'm just trying to figure out. Oh yeah, they're gonna go after the Arynx. I see. Yeah. No, that's. Yeah, we'll kill the scavenger. We're going to lose the Arynx, though. But hopefully the eel and the wrecker will be enough after that. Yeah, Footline Fiend kills the Arynx, but they're still in a spot where they're wishing this had been a functional magic card instead of a cute little graphical addition. Now watch them do something super sweet with all this colored mana. Nope. How did I get so good at this game? I don't even know. Come on, Mama. Give me a... I get a... I mean... Do you not worry about the gold quest with the free account? The only thing I worry about with gold quest is making sure I swap them from 500s to 750s, and then eventually they all get completed. I don't really worry about it. I mean, I worry about... I don't ever finish a day on the free-to-play account without a quest slot available. This looks great. I mean, come on, look at this. We had to go Incubation Druid into 2 Makas on turn 3? I mean, yeah, you have a Sauroform hybrid, but have you seen our Feral Makas? Do I always get 15 wins a day on the free-to-play account? No, but I do try to get 4. My goal is to get those baseline 4 that give the 250, 100, 100, 100, and then anything after that is gravy. Do we want to Stony Strength the Druid for sick mana? If we do that, we get 4 total this turn. And with 4, we could, I mean, still not do all that, anything amazing. So I'm just going to go Maka. I'm hoping that we can Stony Strength a Maka and catch that hybrid. Unstoppable Makas. Yes, Oppo? Applied Biomancy, you say. So that's going to go back to our hand. Just trying to decide if we Slime Bind here, or we could Stony Strength to make it a trade. Probably just willing to Stony Strength for the trade here. Getting that Sauroform hybrid off the table is pretty important. Yeah, we could tap the Druid for it. It doesn't really matter. We're not going to use the other... And we can spike... Oh yeah, yeah, let's Spike Wheel. Engineer can lead to some big turns, but they didn't play more land. I wish we had our removal, because it would be good. Taking out that Engineer seems like it would be very powerful. But not blocking, yeah, so we do get to smash in for some good damage here. Replay the Druid. And now cross our fingers off of the potential 6 mana coming up here. Nature works in mysterious ways, I guess. Hydroid Crisis, not a bad card, but at least we got it at a time where not super big. I guess I'm going to send in the Acrobat and see if we can't get him to try and trade the Crisis. And then we get to Slime Bind our way to awesomeness. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Taste it. Eel or mountain? Well, we have our... I'm going to be greedy. I'm just going to take an eel. If they get the Druid, that's sad, but they're not really showing... Oh, okay. That's a big boy. Even with a Slime Bind, it's a bit troubling. So we probably need the R-Inks to threaten to eventually take out the Gator. We could also, if we send in with everything, we get in 4 and get him to 8, which is not quite enough. We could do this and get him to 6. Yeah, we probably need to make a Wrecker with counter here, actually. I don't want a Hasty Wrecker. I think we want... Well, we could do Hasty Wrecker. We could do Hasty Wrecker. Hasty Wrecker gets in some damage here. That's real. Our-Inks isn't actually going to get through it all. I'm going to play the Menace Haste. I like it. Why wouldn't Arynx get through a 6/6? Because it's a 4/4? All right, that's a little rougher as well, but now we're gonna move toward Arynx and Eel. We just need to get super wide here and hope that it's enough. But we're not quite there. And they keep going wide as well. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get around this, but we're going to try. Ah, good. Would you like to be a man or be a victor? Is my question to you, Vaporkin. Okay, now we have Arynx Pump threatening. So we threaten a 7 power Trampler. And that can actually attack and is forced to block. If we swing away here, what does it look like for us? They get they block here on here, here, and then we get through for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 potentially. And then we have Slime Bind possible. Eight with Trample. How do we have 8 with Trample? I see 7 with Trample. Where's our other Trample?
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So then we have a dead Sphinx and a dead Spike Wheel. Yeah, that's true. But then we'd have to attack with it. I think I like, we're gonna do the attack all. But we can't attack with the Druid. We need to threaten 6 mana here. Alright, they're basically blocking as expected. Wasn't sure if they were going to take the Engineer Wayfinder block or not. They did. We're going to just follow through with the plan. I mean, they've got 4 mana here as well. We didn't really talk about what Oppo might have in some ways, because... Alright, they're drawing cards. That's great. Not good, but it does allow for a block on the Wrecker. Another Engineer they have. Okay. So now we have Gate, Eel. We Slime Bind something at the end of their turn. Oh, unless they counter it. Darn it. Thought Collapse is bad. Shoot. Oh, good. They milled our terrible rare. Yeah, I didn't have an attack there. Coming up just a touch short. Skyguard. Annoying. Thing is, we need it dead, not just slime bound. But yeah, we'll do it. Top deck land does not do it. Do we have any attacks? So if we go, if we make this a 2-power, an attack with everything, they block here, and take 1 and are fine. So, yeah, unfortunately, looks like this one is slipping away from us. I think we played to our outs the best of our ability here, but we're officially slipping away from us. If they got nothing but land, we have hope. Let's see. Rampaging Renhorn might give us enough go wide. Savage Smash. All right. Or we lose to mass manipulation. That's fine. We got way farther with this than we thought we would. Almost got that one. Almost got that one. If we could just have stacked our deck once or twice in a couple of places, we could have pulled that one out. We just didn't find it. Skewer still wasn't an out. I don't think because they were at 4. So they took all of our creatures. If we had drawn Skewer, I don't. You know, we're still not winning. Okay, I should have. Yeah. Okay, then we should have tried for it. I should have attacked for 1, but didn't they steal all of our creatures? The turn before that, but we didn't. I mean, are you saying I should have played expecting that we were going to get yeah, I could have attacked with all, but that would have been a terrible play, right? Yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but we were not going to win by sitting back. We absolutely could have won by sitting back. If they didn't have a frickin' steal all of your stuff and we came up with haste or damage, we could have done it. Like, throwing away all of our creatures. The suggestion then is that we were supposed to throw away all of our creatures to get them into skewer range. If that was truly our only way to win the game, then that would have been correct. But it did not feel correct to Hail Mary to get into skewer range as opposed to continuing to hope that we outdrew them. I mean, folks, they could have had nothing but land in hand and 3 land on top, at which point we draw a couple of creatures, get around them, and win, right? Rendhorn, I don't think would have been lethal because they had too many blockers. But throwing away everything on top decking a skewer did not seem more likely a way to win than actually hoping that we outdrew them, got enough to get around their defenses, and got those last points through. That was what I was thinking anyway. Not bad, though. Not bad. The deck did fine. 5 wins is great for that deck. And we got an extra 20 from the pack, so I'll add that to our grind. $180. What was that? What would I get for 5 wins? That was $650. Yeah, 830 gem net on that. We didn't pay any gems to enter. What was that deck called? It was called Cruel. It was on air. All right. Yeah, that was crazy. That was quite a run for that marginal deck for sure.